Alright, I'm back again, and I have a big giant project that I have been working on for probably a month or two, and I bought, one of them I bought for $75 and put about $40 into it. The other one was $375, and I put a lot of work, and put minimum work into it. So, first thing is this go-kart, this carter. The engine is off of it for now because I have to rebuild it. It dumped a bunch of gas into the engine. And here's the engine. It's a Robin Yellow Tecumseh 6-horse. And there's a bunch of metallic in it. It smells like fuel. It smells nasty. Here's all the parts for it. Carburetor and shit like that. Crankcase bolts. The little guard for the torque converter. The torque converter is I think a Comet 20 series. And here's the torque converter right there. I think the other half is like thrown. I got that thing right here. Anyway, it says '20 for a 20 series. Comet Industries 20 series. Number 20 means the 20 series. These 20 series are bad. And this thing has been worn out. I mean, the clutch is still good, but it sticks a lot, which is bad. If you're wondering what's wrong with the snapper, coil went out. Coil burnt out. And I've been trying to get it running since. It's coke out. Also, I got a bike, and the other thing that I got brand new is a Husqvarna weed whacker. I'm going to start that up. Doesn't have any string on it right at the moment. It died. Yeah, that's cool. Also, the leaf blower is still running. Also, the $75 item is a MTD lawnmower with a 12.5 horse Briggs in it, and I put a brand new air filter in it, because the old one was, of course, dirty. It's got the pre-filter on it, and look at that. I got this thing from Walmart. Can you believe that? I was like, well, finally, it took them long enough to get parts, vintage parts for these. And a mother with her child almost threw hands at me when I got the last air filter. I'm pressing charges. No, I'm just kidding. That's never gonna happen in my entire life. Anyway. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna show you that the mower does crank. It does crank over. I put a battery on it. I got this from a owner on Craigslist. 75 bucks from where I lived. The triangular battery, he said, like, they cost like a shit ton, which I agree. And he said that he cut out and welded and put in a piece of metal in there so it can hold a 12-volt regular battery. So I'm going to show you that thing cranks. Let me see if I can get it started. I don't think there's gas in it. But yeah. Also, the other thing I got was an old Troy-Bilt, another Troy-Bilt mulching mower. I have this thing all the way back in here. All the way back in here. I mean, brambles have grown around it. And this thing I've also gotten for free with the purchase of that. I parted it out because, you know, I can. Look at all the ants on this bitch. Look at all the ants. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, I did get it running. ran bad. It kept popping, farting, kept popping out the exhaust. It was bad. Terrible. Still got the flywheel key in it too, so, you know, free parts. This bike I also got for my birthday. 15 years old. I've been in the lawnmower business for like, I don't know, 6 years, 5 years. And I think the one thing I was going to do was wash these parts and also clean the carburetor. This old Tecumseh I absolutely fucking hate. I want to throw this thing off the cliff, like right here, right now. But I gotta get it fixed. That's the only engine I have right now. And today we're gonna see if we can clean this carburetor. I don't know what the problem with it is, but it ran terrible. It didn't want to idle. And I saw a bunch of dirt down that tube in the middle. Not that emulsion tube, but the hole on the bottom. Pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about. I saw dirt down in there. Didn't come with an air filter, but the other engine that I did have, I had an air filter for one of these, so it was good. Main jet's clean too. This carburetor's clean, but I don't think it's fully cleaned. It had an E316 plug on it, which is cool. Like one of these plugs. This is an E310. Goes onto a lawnmower. And that's the Diamond Spark technology. Yay! There's the 2 cam followers. Push rod. Or push rods. 2 cam followers. And the push rods. And I can hear my mom using the vacuum upstairs. Anyway, push rod, these are the cam followers and the push rods. And I've had multiple problems with that Tecumseh, or Tecumseh, whichever one you want to pronounce it as. And I will get it fixed, and also I got a ice. Nice. Finally, my first piece of tool on this channel is a vise. Here's the camshaft. It's plastic. I don't like the plastic camshafts because they're just terrible. And this one feels really super light. Like it weighs barely nothing. Like probably a few 100 grams. For the valve springs for it. Oh, I'm gonna lose that. It's very important. Important. Exhaust. I'm probably gonna run it without an exhaust because it sounds cooler. Am I hip with the kids now? Am I hip? I think I'm hip. Also, the update on that thing is gonna be at a halt. I did get carburetor parts for it. Thank God. I got a main jet, a float, a needle and seat. Like this thing is ready to run, but the nut stripped. Need to get another one and hopefully get it on there. I think I might have another nut for that. I might, but I don't know. I might. Also, this cart. This thing has no suspension whatsoever. It's just, it relies on the tires for the suspension. It's got seat belts, top lights. I had the rear light pointing that way, so that way people could see me when I ride at dark. I mean, it's not a street legal machine, but it's legal to ride on back roads, not legal to ride on streets or highways. Now, my plan was to make this street legal to ride on streets and back roads, but not on highways. But, you know, I think that's going to fail miserably. Took the top cage off because the bolts that were in it on the front had splined bolts, but the hole that they go into were stripped out, and they were basically loosening themselves up. Let me see if I can get this cage on here. Or at least somewhat on here. yeah, that's what it looked like. The bagging system for that lawnmower. I don't use it a lot because this end doesn't fit on that new deck. The old deck, which was on it, was this deck. It's the 38-inch deck. I want you hear that? Yeah, that's the sound of that bearing being junk. And I try to fit another bearing on here from this one. That's just one that served me good. I'm probably going to part it out and throw it away for money. Anyway, that thing bit the dust. It's a 38-inch deck, a pretty small one. And I went to Jesse's, and I got a 42-inch deck that was on a lawnmower just like this. But it wasn't a Lowe's, it was just a regular MTD that had a 42-inch deck, and it sounds really amazing. It doesn't go shh, it goes like a nice humming noise. And the way these would go to engage the deck, they're not like a Craftsman or anything where you have a lever right here that goes up and like that, or right here on a Husky where you push it forward. This is also the deck height and a blade engager. So if I move this forward about 2 notches, deck moves back and engages. Like watch, I'll hold it. It goes back and forth to tension it. Let me see if it'll crank. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, if you're wondering why I wasn't uploading in the past month, well, I had poison oak because my dad and I were cutting down a tree. I'll show you that, actually. Let me go show you. That big tree right there fell off. And there's a wasp. And it fell off, and I got poison oak from it. From like right down my arm, on my 2 legs. It was bad. I suffered from it. It was pretty bad. And I was sick last time. Look at these washers. Someone's jailbreaking. Not jailbreaking, jaybreaking. Let me get that socket out of that ground. Don't want to lose your stuff. Anyway. I could probably swap that crankshaft out. Put this one on there, but the thing is the adapter seized on there like the other one. And this one is so stuck on there, it almost feels like it's probably welded on there. So that means I have to order one, or just rip the crankcase open, take the piston out from there. I think I'll do that. Just take a big hammer and whack the crankcase and break it open, take the piston out, and we'll be good. And we'll take the crankshaft out and we'll be golden. And also take the piston out. And yeah. What else can I show you? Oh, there's really not much else to show you. Oh yeah, one more thing. That Snapper High-Vac, that Tecumseh powered one, I tore that thing apart and parted it out. Look at all these parts. More rich than you. Try me. And the handlebars for that. Anyway, this will run. This will run. Just needs that flywheel and a coil on it. And some gasoline. And she'll fire right up, probably. And I got some 3-in-1 oil. And a little drill with a brush on it, cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And my brother's screaming his brains out. I don't know why, please don't ask me. Yeah, it's always nice to have a power tool. And these bearings are good. I know this, but this one's a little bit chunky. Like, look. Like, it is chunky. You can even hear it. If you can. Yeah, it's pretty chunky. And the tire, one of the tires blew out on it, which is this one. I want to put like a lawnmower tire on it, but see, the thing is, the guard is in the way, and there would be no way for me to stick a tire that big on there. But I'll try to find a bigger tire. Or slicks. I'm probably going to have to order some slicks from powersports.com. If I can. That's that little shaft for the little spline shaft. It's got a little, I think a 10-tooth sprocket, or 12, and it's tiny. And I pulled this shaft right out of here, and it goes right in there. And I can't get it in there because it's mushroomed out on the end slightly. So, whoop-de-doo. And here's that other key that went into it for that torque converter. So, 2 different size keys. And also I'm probably gonna have to get a new chain because this one is pretty frickin' chunky. It is bad. It's all worn out. It's been on it. It broke at one end and the guy repaired it with a clip. Yeah, see, there's the original one. And I put a new one on there if I can find it. Oh no, that's the original one right there. And the other one that I showed you might be the new one. Yeah, that's the new one I installed. Because it broke as well. So, it's going to be time for a new chain. It needs tires, because the front ones are bald. But, you know, I got one thing to say. I got 3-in-1 oil. You just put some in. Like nothing happened. 3-in-1. There. Also put a, you gotta make sure you put a little, you gotta make sure you put a little bit on this too, or else it won't work. I'm just about out of 3-in-1. Isn't that a shame? Make sure you get that lubed up good. Plus that. But yeah, I think that's it. And I'll update you when I get some stuff. I'm probably going to get some gasoline and mow the yard. And in the meantime, I'll see you guys later.